How I wake up early every day without feeling miserable. I was the guy that would sleep in every single day, by the way. I was a night owl. I would stay up till 6 a.m., sometimes 9 in the morning. Literally 9 in the morning sometimes I would stay up to. When I was in my teenage years, I would play video games until the sun was coming up. When I was in my 20s, I would just stay up. Honestly, still playing video games. Sometimes it was more just partying and drinking and smoking weed and just binging movies till literally sunrise. All right. And even when I had to get up early, I could, but I was always just groggy and miserable when I did it. And I was convinced that I was just the man that couldn't get up early. You know, some people are early birds, the morning rises, some people are night owls. And that's bullshit. Honestly, I can say, because I've been on both sides of it, that's bullshit. I had the strongest belief system that I just wasn't the early bird. And I've created that. I've developed it over the last year, coming up on the 1 year mark of not sleeping in. 1 year mark. I did 100 something days of 4 a.m. For me personally, on my schedule, it didn't align with the activities I wanted to do in the evening and at nighttime. But that does not mean that I'm sleeping in now. I adjusted the sleep schedule. I've pretty much played around with a 4 a.m., a 5 a.m., a 6 a.m., and a 7 a.m. wake up. I think 7 a.m. is the latest I've woken up in the last year. I have not missed the wake up time ever in the last year. Like, I have not set a time for myself that I was going to get up and just couldn't get out of bed. So I have developed the skill set of, I would argue effortlessly at this point, getting out of bed, waking up early. There's a couple different tricks your brain will play on you when you're trying to start getting up early. So I want to talk about some strategy, the process you're going to go through in terms of like your brain. And then by the end of this, you'll actually have the structure needed so you can just start waking up effortlessly at whatever time you choose. Right. And really what you'll see by the end of this is you're not going to want to sleep in. Like, I used to see sleeping in as one of the most rewarding things. Oh, it's a Sunday morning, sleep in till noon, wake up. I don't even want to do that anymore. I think life is actually a lot more fulfilling on the other side of it. Like, if you could actually get up early, but not just get up early, like, you are excited to get up early. It feels better getting up early. It feels good waking up, being productive, feeling motivated. It's so much different. It's a completely different world versus sleeping in, because you think that sleeping in is the rewarding thing. And guys, I'm not saying to operate on no sleep either. Right? That's not what I'm saying. I think getting adequate amounts of sleep is extremely important for your testosterone, for your health, for your muscle recovery, like all of these different things. It is crucial. But even still, like, even if you got 6-7+ hours a night, I still just couldn't get up early because I had bad habits before bedtime and I had a shit strategy waking up. So let's talk about this process. Typically, when someone tells me they can't hit the wake up time, it's because they're not hitting the bedtime. Now, there's a different strategy you're going to need to do for the first 7 to 21 days to have enough consistency going to then get to a point where you could do it no matter what the circumstances. Like, even if I go to bed really late, I could still get up early now. If you're in the early stages of this, you're going to need to prepare for bedtime to start to develop the new habit. Once you've hit the new habit consistently, getting up early is effortless. And then you can kind of be more flexible with all this stuff. So let's just talk about what I would do if you're just trying to get to that point. First thing is the bedtime, right? So let's just say hypothetically, just a normal early wake up time, I think for most people is like, let's just say 6 a.m. or 5 a.m., right? That's pretty early. So in order to get up at 6 a.m., you're gonna need at least, in my opinion, like consistently 7 hours of sleep. If you're just consistently getting less than 6 hours, unless you are not naturally creating testosterone, but you are injecting testosterone, okay, that could be justified, I guess, because you're not producing your own testosterone, and so you may not need that much sleep. But if you're a normal, natural, healthy male and you want to have optimal hormones and muscle growth and testosterone production, you're going to need at least, on average, 7 hours of sleep. All right, I could even argue that's on the low end. Like 8 to 9 might even be even more optimal. But let's just say 7 hours. So if you're going to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, minimum, we got to be asleep by midnight, by 11 p.m. Right, 11 p.m. So what does that mean? That means at 10 o'clock or even 9 o'clock, you need to have an alarm that goes off. Yeah, we have an alarm that goes off in the morning. You have an alarm that goes off at night. That's not your alarm clock for the morning. That's your bedtime alarm clock goes off. You need to start setting a bedtime alarm clock. That goes off. That doesn't mean you need to be asleep at that moment, but that goes off as a notification of, okay, bedtime is coming up. I should probably start preparing. Now, if you're not used to going to sleep early, like if I told you tomorrow you're going to wake up at 6 a.m., what's going to happen is you're not used to getting up early. So at midnight, you're still going to be wide awake, right? You're wired. You're used to staying up till 2 a.m. plus. So don't wait and leave it up to chance for you to get tired. Understand that, hey, I'm used to staying up late. So I am going to, at least for this first week, use additional external things to allow me, supplements and strategy to allow me to fall asleep earlier. So what that looks like is 2 hours before bed, you want to put on some blue light blocking glasses. You could buy a pair of these off Amazon for 15 bucks. 15 bucks. Okay, spend a couple of dollars, do yourself a favor, and order the glasses. Type in blue light blocking glasses for $15 on Amazon. Get the cheapest pair you can find. They all do the same thing. And then you start to put those on 2 hours before bed. If you're at home, just put them on. Right? If you're out one night, it's okay if you don't wear them. It's not the end of the world. But if I'm home before bed, if I want to get the perfect night's sleep, the most rested, and get up early and feel motivated and energized and ready to attack the day, I'm putting those blue light blocking glasses on. Now, there's a couple other tools I want to talk about. The second one would be magnesium. Right? I supplement magnesium before bed. You can also supplement 1 milligram of melatonin. You do not need a massive dose of melatonin. A lot of guys are afraid to take melatonin. 1 milligram is extremely low. You will not build up a dependency on it, but it will allow you to fall asleep faster. If you really want to knock out and you're not used to it, do 2 milligrams max. Okay? If you want to stack in other things, you could also stack in L-theanine. You could also stack in glycine. And you could also get a bedtime tea. I like the Yogi bedtime brand of tea. You could just put some water in that, sip that an hour before. You stack all of those things together, you're gonna have the most epic night's sleep. If you guys don't feel comfortable with some of those different things, then remove some of them. So it's that simple. The other thing I would recommend doing is 30 minutes to 60 minutes before bed, you get off of your phone. You're completely off of the phone, but not when you're off the phone is away from your bed. All right, I put the phone in my bathroom. The phone is in the bathroom with the alarm going off, and that was done intentionally. Number one is when you wake up, if the phone's next to you, the first 10 minutes of you being awake, your brain and your self-talk is not you. All right, that was something I learned by going through this process. The first 10 minutes when that alarm clock goes off, your brain and your thoughts are all out of line because you're not in sync of getting up this early yet. So be aware, because when that alarm clock goes off, your brain's going to tell you, oh, let's just snooze it, right? And so if the alarm clock's right here and it's going off, it's very easy to just snooze the thing and snooze the thing and snooze the thing. You can't allow yourself to do that. The phone is in the other room, and then the moment that thing goes off, here's what I recommend. Easiest strategy, doesn't take that much. You go into the other room to turn it off. The first thing before you even turn off, lights go on, right? You flip the switch on so the lights go on. Cold water to the face, and push-ups till failure. If you just do that, you're going to be in a really good position. All right, lights on, cold water to the face, push-ups till failure. If you want to go a step further, cold shower. Guaranteed you'll be up. You're not going back to bed after that. All right, but you do those 3 things and then just get the body in motion out of the bedroom. It's really that simple. Now be aware, because first couple days that you're waking up early, you're not in sync yet. All right. And so I recommend actually leaving the apartment completely if that's possible. If nothing else, get out of the bedroom, leave the apartment completely and do a little bit of motion. Me, I like to just take the dogs out and I'll just walk the dogs because I know it's easy. They need to go out. I can start walking. If it's cold out, even better, you'll wake up faster. All right. So it can be that simple to get up. But again, some things that are worth noting. First 10 minutes of being up, your brain is going to try to talk you out of staying up. It's, for me this morning, the first 2 hours of being up pretty much sucked. 2 hours, like literally I was 90 minutes into my day. Even though I got 7.5 hours of sleep last night, I was at this desk right here doing my morning reflection, and I had to put my head down. I was yawning. I was not waking up. And there was a part of me that was like, damn, should I take a nap, blah, blah, blah. I know better at this point to not do that. All right, because I know I got a good night's sleep. Again, maybe part of me is just genuinely, genetically a night owl. But I can tell you, after doing this for a year straight, look, you are what you do repeatedly. So with consistency, it's going to be easier and easier and easier to get up in the morning, right? The two biggest places men go wrong with this is the phone is next to the bed, the alarm clock is next to the bed, or the other thing is they just don't go to sleep early enough. But it's because they don't allow themselves. You keep watching the TV, you keep scrolling on your phone. You need to set that alarm on your phone to go off. The moment that alarm goes off on your phone, the phone is going into the bathroom with an alarm set on it on D&D. You just leave it over there, man. All right, nowadays, guys, just to give you some context, the moment I lay in bed, I'm fucking out cold, bro. Out cold. And I'm not even on any of those supplements. Sometimes I'll take the magnesium, but I'm not on the melatonin, I'm not on the bedtime tea, I'm not on the glycine, I'm not on the L-theanine. If I was starting brand new, if they put me into your body right now, and the goal was to get up early tomorrow, I had to be up at 5 a.m., at 9 p.m., or maybe even 8 p.m., blue light blocking glasses, bedtime tea, 350 milligrams magnesium, 1 milligram melatonin. If you want to go further and just completely checkmate, guaranteed a blissful night's sleep, you could do the glycine, I believe it's 1,000 milligrams, and then L-theanine as well. I don't know the dosage on that one, but standard dosage that it suggests on the supplement bottle. You do all of those things, man, 1,000% you're gonna get a decent night's sleep. The only other part of it is getting up in the morning, and you cannot have your phone next to the bed. You get the fuck up, water the face, get the blood flowing, get some physical activity, and that's how you start the day. Within 1 hour, if you're still sleepy, just start drinking some caffeine. All right, and then you'll get up. If you commit to doing that at least 14 days in a row, it will be significantly easier to get up early. All right, and then the longer and longer you do it, the easier it just becomes. It's at a point now where some days I'll just wake up before the alarm even goes off. I'll go up to pee. I'm like, oh shit, alarm's going off in 15 minutes or 25 minutes. I'm just gonna stay up. I'm not even going back to bed. And so I just wake up naturally at that time now. This is coming from the guy that would stay up till 6 a.m., 9 a.m., smoking weed, playing video games, out partying, doing anything but trying to go to bed early. Once you've done that long enough, your perspective will start to change because you'll see how good it feels to be productive and how much more shit you get done in a day. Initially, it's not like that. On the front end, it will not be like that. Your brain, the first couple hours of being up for the first couple of weeks, you think it's stupid. Just stick with it, dude, because you're right on the brink of really becoming the most productive version of yourself. I promise you. And then for everybody that's wondering, well, how do you go out? What happens if you go out? It happened to me over the weekend. There was a night where I went out and we stayed out. I probably didn't end up going to sleep till about almost 3 a.m. That night in particular, honestly, and that's very late for somebody who's trying to get up early. That night, I ended up getting up at around 7, maybe a little bit after 7. And I did take a nap later on in the day, but I still got up. I don't know. I personally am at a point now where it's just, the streak has gone on too long. I don't want to sleep in. If I do sleep in, I feel like a piece of shit. And if you absolutely need to go out one night, I personally think that there's really nothing good going on after 2 a.m. Like that night that I was up till 3:30. In hindsight, I regret staying out after 1 o'clock. Like nothing beneficial happened after 1 o'clock, but I can tell you how much of a downside I had the next day for having those extra 2 hours up at night. I really wish I would have gotten 2 extra hours of sleep. It would have made the next day so much better. I haven't drank, I didn't smoke, I didn't do anything. I ate clean, didn't break my diet. All of that shit was on point. But still, just being thrown off of the sleep schedule did mess me up there. So when you put all of these pieces together, man, you can start to build massive momentum to start waking up earlier and earlier and earlier. And as a result, you won't feel the need to stay out so late. I used to want to stay out so late because I thought it was so fun. But then when you really start being productive, you realize that you weren't that fun. You're probably just drunk or high. You didn't get anything fucking done. And really, you were just in a comfort zone of artificial dopamine that was making you feel good. That's why it felt good, right? But when you can actually wake up naturally, go after your goals and build something of importance, of significance in your life, man, you have a greater purpose. You have a greater mission to the things that you're going after, and that allows you and makes you want to get up earlier. It feels good getting up early, man. Some of my best days is when I get up at 5 a.m. and I blast through my morning routine. I hit a workout strong as fuck. I'm out on this balcony meditating while the sun's coming up right here. I'm in such a blissful state. So much of a better state than being up at 4 a.m. high. It's night and day difference, man. So use all of these tools to wake up earlier so you can be the most productive version of yourself, man. If you want to become the best version of yourself, socially, confidence-wise, dating-wise, self-development wise, any of these pillars of your life you want to max out, I would love to help you make that transformation. You can click the link down below, check out the brand new coaching programs I got going on for this year. That's all for this video, guys. Do yourselves a favor, man. Set that alarm, prepare for bed, and make it a goal to get up earlier tomorrow. It's going to feel good. All right? I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Let's go.